Pisces, as I was meditating on the energy for your reading, I kept hearing black cat energy. Okay, so some of you Pisces, you're giving off those vibes, those black cat vibes, or you're a lot more reserved at this time. There's something very mysterious about you, or very mysterious about your energy. Yeah, and I keep getting this energy, Pisces, of people may feel like right now you're a bit distant, or you're a bit detached, or you're working on something else. But here's the thing, because they don't know about it, because they can't see it, again, that black cat energy can be very mysterious, very, on the low. Someone wants to know, what is it that you're working on? Where is Pisces? What's Pisces been up to? Yeah, but your energy at this time, Pisces, whether you're trying to give off these vibes or not, it's coming off as very mysterious, and it's intriguing people. They want to know more. Yeah, they want to know what you've been up to, Pisces. And I'm getting, for a lot of you, there's something here that has piqued your curiosity. It's piqued your interest. And I don't know why I keep getting those vibes, okay? But you're giving off those vibes, Pisces, at this time. Like you're not super open, you're not super friendly right now, but you're up to something is what I'm hearing. Holy Spirit, channel through the messages that Pisces needs to hear most at this time. And again, we're going to start off with some oracle cards, and then we're going to move on to the tarot. Pisces, another message that I was getting here for you is some people, they thought, Pisces, that you were going to be around, or that you were going to come back around. And I don't know who this is, okay? I don't know for who this message is for, whether it's family, a group of friends, and as this could be for you. But I'm getting someone expected you to come back. Someone expected you to be back by now, okay? So I don't know if this is like an on and off thing. I don't know if you kind of go your own way and then come back around when you're ready. I don't know what this is about, Pisces, but someone's a bit shaken, okay, because they thought that you would be back by now and you're not, okay? So again, we're gonna go ahead and start with some cards, and then if that message comes up again, I'll dive deeper. Yeah, but that's what I'm getting, Pisces. You may have changed directions. Your path may have shifted, either away from this person or away from these people, or you just needed a break. I don't know what's going on, Pisces, but someone thought that you would be back by now is what I'm getting here. Holy Spirit, what are your messages for Pisces in regards to, what do you want Pisces to know most at this time, Holy Spirit? What do you want Pisces to know most at this time? Okay, we have divine timing as your first card. I'm hearing, Pisces, for a lot of you, you mastered a lesson around patience. You mastered a lesson, Pisces, when it comes to alignment, okay? There's something here that you're understanding about timing, that it's not really about time itself. It's about alignment. And you've been able to achieve, Pisces, something that would take someone else years or a very long time. You've been able to achieve it, okay, through alignment, okay? So I'm getting, for a lot of you, Pisces, that have shifted or have changed your path, there's something here about you aligning with divine timing. Yeah, I'm hearing it's divine timing now because you've aligned yourself with a certain outcome or a certain path, okay? A lot of you, Pisces, you heard the calling. You felt this urge to change something, to shift something, to go in a different direction, and you followed the call. So it's saying because you got into alignment, divine timing is now, okay? For a lot of you, Pisces, you're getting the green light. Tell me more, Holy Spirit. What are your messages for Pisces? What are your messages for Pisces in regards to this reading? What do you want Pisces to know most at this time? I keep seeing the card for dreams, Pisces. A lot of you, you may not even realize that you do this, but the way that you make your dreams manifest into reality, you may be so used to it, Pisces, that it's effortless to you. The way that you manifest, the way that you achieve your goals to other people, it may seem, Pisces, like an overnight success. You may make it look easy, is what I'm getting here, Pisces. Yeah, but there's something about you, Pisces, being a big dreamer, but at the same time, being able to bring that dream into reality. Yeah, a lot of you, Pisces, you're master manifestors. You already know that you do this. And if you try to explain it to someone else, it just wouldn't make sense because you don't do it in a very practical way. It wouldn't make sense. Like there's a gap, okay? A lot of you, Pisces, you take on opportunities or you follow your intuition and all of a sudden you find yourself in a completely new manifestation, or you made a big dream happen and again, you can't really explain it because it's a miracle. You may get opportunities, Pisces, that a lot of people don't get. And I'm getting it's because of your manifestation abilities. Yeah. Holy Spirit, what are your messages for Pisces? What do you want Pisces to know most at this time? I keep seeing the card. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's popping its head out. Yeah. Your dreams are becoming a reality. Okay, your next card is pray. So divine timing, pray. For some of you Pisces, you may be seeking some kind of guidance or confirmation. So if you made a decision or you have an idea or you already chose a specific path or a specific plan or strategy, a lot of you I'm getting, you're waiting for some kind of confirmation or reassurance that this is the right decision, that this is the right path or the right move to make. Yeah, and I'm getting Pisces for a lot of you, if you're looking for that confirmation or that reassurance, you're going to find it through prayer, okay? I'm getting a lot of you Pisces, because you've done the internal work and you're very spiritually heightened or enlightened, your prayers get answered very quickly. You get synchronicities, you get coincidences or miracles or just major confirmations throughout your day about what it is that you want to do or about what guidance you need or what questions you need. Here, Pisces, if you're waiting for that reassurance or that sign, it's going to come through prayer. Okay, some of you Pisces, maybe you are looking for some clarity or you are looking for some official guidance. Okay, through prayer is how you're going to find that, because I'm getting here, Pisces, you have the green light. Now it's time to do something. You were waiting, you were being patient. Now the window, okay, the window of opportunity has opened up with divine timing. And some of you, you may need to pray to get confirmation, to get guidance, or to get reassurance that the decision you're about to make is the right one. Yeah, tell me more, Holy Spirit, tell me more. What do you want Pisces to know at this time? What do you want Pisces to know at this time? Okay, so you have two cards. You have pause. You have success coming in. Pisces, something big is happening in your life. Okay, this is a very big positive upturn is what I'm hearing. It's an upward spiral, okay? I don't know for who that is, but this is an upward spiral. You have some kind of momentum, Pisces, that is going in your direction. Something here is going in your favor, and Spirit wants you to acknowledge this, okay? Pisces, I feel like this message is connecting to the last reading, okay? If you haven't watched that last reading, we got the 8 of Wands as one of your main cards, and it said that in the next 8 days, there was a window of opportunity. Yeah, so Pisces, I feel for a lot of you, this message is connected because it's saying here, pray. Okay, it is divine timing. It's time now. There's a need to pray so that you get confirmation or guidance or some kind of reassurance on your path. Okay, this is why it's saying pray and pause. Take a moment. Okay, because your next step is some kind of major success. Pisces, some of you, you may be afraid of your own success or you may be afraid of your own potential because you understand the responsibilities that come with that. Okay, it's not to say that you're avoiding responsibility. It's not to say that you're not going to choose growth. That's not what it's saying. It's just saying, Pisces, that you know, for a lot of you, you've achieved many things throughout your life, and you know that when something major comes in, it's going to shift a lot of things about yourself, about your life, whether it's your routine, your schedules, your compromises, the responsibilities that you have, how much you have on your plate, how much you're carrying on your shoulders. So some of you Pisces, you understand the weight of success. You understand the responsibilities that come with it. So maybe there is a passive energy here because you understand that you can make this happen. You understand that you can make it to the other side, but on the other side, can you sustain the life, okay? The responsibilities, the compromises that come with this level, this degree of success. And a lot of you Pisces, you know that you can, but there's been a little bit of a passive energy here. It's like you were waiting for the perfect time, or you were waiting for this window of opportunity for things to align or to connect, and the window is here. Okay, the time is now. Divine timing is here, is what I'm getting. Yeah, Pisces, a lot of you, you were afraid of success, or you were just acknowledging or recognizing the responsibilities that were going to come with this level of success. So Spirit is saying, Pisces, pause, pray about it, because there's an answer, there's some kind of information that's going to come in that is going to help you on your next step, because your next step is success, literally. Yeah, overcoming obstacles. Manifest, and you're not alone. Yeah, Pisces, a lot of you, maybe this is the reason why you've been taking your time with this success, because you understand the weight of the responsibilities and that you tend to carry the weight of the decisions that you make, okay? Whether it involves other people, whether it's a community, a family, maybe you're a business employer, maybe you have people working for you. You understand, Pisces, that other people are connected to you, okay? And for you to take on this next step or this new path, this new decision, you're understanding that there's a lot that's going to come into play. But Spirit is saying, Pisces, you're not alone. You're not going to be doing this alone. You're going to have the support that you need. And you're actually manifesting this into reality at this time. Yeah, Pisces, I feel that some of you, you've been thinking too much about the risks. You've been thinking too much about the obstacles, the responsibilities, and you haven't been thinking about the privilege, or you haven't been thinking about the rewards on the other side. It's like you're focusing Pisces on the obstacles, or you're focusing on the risk itself. But with great risk comes great reward, okay? This is the reward, Pisces, that you've been wanting, but you understand it's going to take another step, okay? It's going to take another level, a next version of you is what I'm getting here. Yeah, but Spirit wants to speak to you, Pisces. Pray and pause, whether you meditate, whether you go out into nature, whether you have a specific prayer or a way to connect with the divine, okay? Spirit wants to speak to you, Pisces, about this, okay? Because divine timing is now, is what I'm getting here. Yeah, some of you, Pisces, you're going to start using your time very differently, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you're going to be using your time very differently because this next level or this next version of you requires a different set of skills. Yeah, it's like you have it and you know it, okay? You have that inner knowing that it's you, that you're able and that you're capable of doing this, okay? But with success, you understand that, again, there's a lot of responsibility with that. Some people, Pisces, they're afraid to fail. Other people are afraid of success. Okay, and I'm getting, Pisces, that some of you may have been very passive with this because you understand what it's going to take, is what I'm getting here, or maybe you don't understand what it's going to take. Holy Spirit, clarify success for Pisces. Clarify success for Pisces. What do you want Pisces to know and understand about success? What do you want Pisces to know and understand, Holy Spirit? Please clarify success. Okay, so we have the strength showing up, major arcana, Pisces, card number 8. We have the King of Wands, yeah, major power card. Both of these cards, Pisces, these are both leadership cards. These are both cards, Pisces, of fierceness, of motivation, of dedication, of... Pisces, you have been blessed with these gifts, but some of you, this may not be your dominant energy, okay? You may not be the type to want to exert yourself all the time. All right, a lot of you, Pisces, because you're dualistic, okay, you have both the light and the dark, you have both the feminine and the masculine, okay, your sign literally represents duality, Pisces. You're able to switch in and out of energies, but you don't want to sustain a specific energy for a very long period of time because it's not like you. You're very adaptable, you flow with the energy itself. So you're recognizing, Pisces, that yes, you've been blessed with these qualities, you have these skill sets, you have these abilities. Maybe even for some of you, it's a characteristic or a personality trait or a characteristic that you have, okay? Because both the Strength and the King of Wands, they have a very outgoing side. They have a very ambitious side. When they set their mind on something, it's tunnel vision. They always accomplish it. And again, with both of these cards, you see the lion, Pisces, okay? The lion is there. So it's like, so there's a level of intensity. There's a level of fierceness, Pisces, that you know about yourself. When you lock in on that target, when you lock in on that goal, you know that you're going to move mountains to make it happen. And you've done it before. So you know that you have this with you. Okay, you know that you're able to tap into this energy. But for a lot of you, 8 of Pentacles, it does take work. Okay, it takes work to stay in this energy. It takes work to maintain it. And you're not sure if this is the person you want to become long term. Okay, you may be able to do it for a period of time, but you don't want this to lock in as your identity, is what I'm getting here. But Spirit is saying, Pisces, you're thinking about success in the wrong way. It's not that you have to become someone that is successful, is that success, Pisces, can be found in many different areas. So there's something here about defining what success means to you. But with the Strength and the King of Wands, Pisces, yeah, it does talk about leadership. It does talk about stepping up and letting this fierce side of you come out, okay? Because you do have a level of intensity, Pisces. Again, think about a lion energy. Some of you, you may have Leo placements, a Leo moon or a Leo sun. Okay, figure out, Pisces, where your Leo placements are, or your fire placements are in your chart. Okay, because I'm getting, Pisces, a lot of your power, a lot of your internal motivation, it comes from this fierceness, it comes from this fire. So you have this, Pisces. Some of you, Pisces, you may try and water this side of you down because it's very intense, and you realize how intense it can be. Yeah, so it's a lot of energy, Pisces, that if channeled correctly, you know that you can move mountains. You know that you can break through barriers. But yeah, there's something here where you're pausing. It's like you're waiting for some kind of guidance here before you go full force with this energy, because the Eight of Pentacles is saying it does take work. It does take work to stay in this energy. It takes work to maintain this energy. Yeah, it takes dedication, it takes focus, and it may get repetitive sometimes when you're going through a schedule. You have certain meetings that you have to be at. You have certain responsibilities, certain compromises. So yeah, you're realizing, Pisces, that this energy of success is something that is to be maintained. And yeah, it does take a lot of work, but it's saying, Pisces, you have these skill sets, you have these abilities. And Spirit, Pisces, at this time is wanting you to step into a position of leadership. Okay, whether this is in your community, in your home, with your family, at the workplace, okay, maybe on a platform, online, whatever this is. Spirit bless you with this quality. I'm hearing, Pisces, whoever it is that I'm channeling for right now, you're not a follower. You've never been a follower, okay? And you're a leader, Pisces, even though a lot of you may see yourself as lone wolves, okay? With the lion in both of these cards, you have that ability to lead. And people follow you, Pisces. People have seen that you attain certain things, you attain certain kinds of successes, or you achieve certain kinds of goals, and you don't have to talk about it. You don't even have to say it out loud. People can see that your decisions lead to success, okay? I'm getting, Pisces, for a lot of you, you were independent from a very young age, so you learned to fend for yourself. So you've always had this inner lion, Pisces, that drives you forward. And Spirit wants you to reconnect with this power, but first, okay, there's a moment of prayer, there's a moment of pause, because you're about to receive some message or information here that is going to connect you to this energy. Yeah, Pisces, this energy is coming in very strong. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting chills right now. Because again, Pisces, look at both of these cards. They're representing the lion. Yeah, it's almost, Pisces, like being afraid of oneself, being afraid of your power, not knowing how far it's going to take you if you just unleash it, okay? A lot of you, Pisces, maybe you've tested certain industries, or you've tested yourself with different goals or different projects, and you've seen yourself change, you've seen yourself transform. So you know that you have this in you, but Pentacles, it takes some kind of work, dedication, discipline. But Pisces, I'm getting for a lot of you, is not really about discipline. It's not about that, because you're not really having to force yourself to do something that you don't want to do. This is something, Pisces, that Spirit is saying you already do naturally, okay? When you think about discipline, it's almost like forcing yourself to do something that you normally wouldn't do, or that you're normally not good at, or you're trying to get good at, or you're practicing in a sense. But Spirit is saying what you're being guided to do right now, it's already a seed that's been planted within you. It's already within you. You don't have to become it. You already are it. There's something here about unleashing this energy, Pisces, and reconnecting with this powerful version of self. Yeah, some of you, Pisces, I'm getting very clearly, you're about to be reminded of your power. King of Wands, the strength. The King of Wands is the entrepreneur. He is the businessman or businesswoman of the tarot. Okay, so some of you, Pisces, your ideas, your projects, okay, the concepts, Pisces, that you've been able to act upon, people have seen the manifestation. You've seen where that leads you. You've seen how far it can go. And it's almost, Pisces, like you're testing your own boundaries. You're testing your own limits is what I'm getting here. How far it will go, how much you can take. Yeah, but the strength is saying, Pisces, this is not about becoming. This is not about forcing something. You already are this. You're just reconnecting. You're remembering this side of you, and you're reconnecting with this version of you that is powerful. Yeah, a lot of you, Pisces, because you're the 12th sign, you're all 12 signs in one. But you're going to have more dominant signs within you. Okay, so again, Pisces, figure out where your fire placements are. You can go online and do a free chart, okay? Just make sure that you have your birthday, your time of birth, okay? Your place of birth, and it should give you a free chart. But there's something here, Pisces, about reconnecting with your fire placements. Yeah, you're not becoming something new. You're not trying to recreate yourself here. You're just rediscovering, you're remembering, you're reconnecting with a place within yourself, or a version of you that is very powerful. Yeah, Holy Spirit, give me one more card for success. What do you want Pisces to know and understand about success? Please clarify. Okay, Six of Pentacles. So you got the Strength, the King of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Pisces, you're about to create a dynamic, okay? It's a flow of energy, right? A lot of people want to work with you. A lot of people want to collaborate with you, Pisces. And again, people are seeing you as a King of Wands. People are seeing you as the Strength. Even if sometimes you don't see yourself this way, Pisces, this is the way that you're coming off, right? And there is a new dynamic. There is a new shift. Someone wants to see, Pisces, what it would be like to engage with you, okay? To have an energy flow, whether this is in business, in friendship, in relationship. Someone wants to collaborate. Someone wants to see, Pisces, what it would be like to work with you. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, someone wants to create some kind of flow, okay? Whether they're investing in you or you're collaborating in some kind of project, there's an equal give and take. These are two different hands, okay? Three Pentacles this way, Three Pentacles this way. Someone wants to build here, Pisces. I don't know what they're trying to build, but someone wants to create. You may have a lot of people, Pisces, that want to be connected to you, okay? But you may not necessarily understand their motivations, is what I'm getting here. I see, Pisces, that with the Six of Pentacles, whoever this person is, the intentions are positive. The intentions are good, okay? But you may not know the motivation behind their intentions, all right? There is a saying, Pisces, that the path to hell was paved with good intentions. So I don't know for who that is. But a lot of people, Pisces, it's almost like they can't really reach you, or they can't gain access to you or your energy. It's almost like someone's putting you on a pedestal, okay? You're coming off as the Strength and the King of Wands. A lot of fire energy. Someone is viewing you, Pisces, as spicy, fiery, fierce, and there is a level of intensity here that is coming off of your energy. So with the Six of Pentacles, they do want to open some kind of abundance flow, okay? They want to open a conversation or some kind of, yeah, it's a transaction of energy, okay? Whether it's energy, whether it's pentacles, whatever this is, someone wants to collaborate, all right? Again, you may not understand their motivations. They believe that their intentions are good. But what I'm seeing here, Pisces, is some of you, you may be strong on your own, and what you're looking for is very specific. You're being very selective about who you're allowing in. Because some of you, Pisces, this costs you a lot to get to this level, and you're not willing to just let anyone come in. Yeah, again, whether their intentions are good, okay, you don't understand their motivations, and they may not even understand their motivations. So for a lot of you, Pisces, you see beyond people's own illusions or people's own thoughts, okay? Like someone may think that their idea is original, okay? That they came up with this idea, but you're able to see past that, okay? And you may understand that this person was either influenced or they picked this idea up, because if you really think about it, Pisces, when it comes to being original, okay, someone already did it. Someone already thought about it. So original is not really realistic. People can be authentic and real and raw, okay? But original, yeah, it's almost, Pisces, like you can see past people's intentions and you're looking for something deeper. You're wondering, what are people's motivations? Right? So at this time, when people are coming to you or people want to create some kind of collaboration or want to be in your life, you're a little bit hesitant is what I'm getting. Your energy is coming off very strong, okay? So some people may be intimidated. Some people may feel that you may have a very intense energy about you, but it's because something is shifting within you, Pisces. Your energy is rising. I'm getting a lot of Kundalini energy, okay? With these yellows and these reds, there's a lot of sacral, root, and solar plexus energy. So you may feel this heat rising in your body, Pisces. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. I'm gonna go ahead and clarify. I wanna know who this is. Holy Spirit, who is the Six of Pentacles to Pisces, and what do they want with Pisces? What is this about? What do you want Pisces to know about the Six of Pentacles? Nine of Swords, Six of Cups in the reverse. So 6, 6, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups in the reverse. Okay, Pisces, this is a person that you already know, okay? I just gotta say it right now. Whoever the Six of Pentacles is, they may think, Pisces, that their intentions towards you are good or positive, okay, quote unquote. But again, you're seeing past that, okay? And you're trying to understand their motivation because they may not even know their motivation, right? Someone here is Nine of Swords. Someone here, Pisces, is restless. They're restless over something that took place in the past. Six of Cups in the reverse. If the Six of Cups wouldn't show up, Pisces, I would say that this is a person that is wanting to connect with you or that has been in your field, okay, and is trying to create some kind of connection, because I picked this up as a new energy. Now, when I'm clarifying and I get the Six of Cups, this is old energy, okay? This is someone that was already in your field, already in some kind of dynamic or connection with you in the past, because we have the past energy coming in. So this represents memories, thoughts, emotions, reminiscing, thinking about how it used to be. And with the Nine of Swords, this talks about overthinking, anxiety, and sleepless nights. So whoever the Six of Pentacles is, Pisces, they almost feel, I don't want to say the word, okay, because I don't necessarily get it as entitled energy, but it's almost like someone kind of analyzing themselves and analyzing the situation and realizing, like, why isn't Pisces wanting to connect if I have good intentions? Like, that's what I'm getting here. If they want to be a friend, or if they want to be a collaborator, or if they want to have some kind of dynamic here, okay, of giving and taking, they're wondering, why isn't Pisces wanting that connection? Why isn't Pisces wanting this equal give and take, okay? But what I'm getting here with the Six of Cups is, Pisces, a lot of you've realized that every time you've needed someone, okay, or every time that you've been there for someone else, when you've needed that person, okay, you've been the person that you've needed to other people, but when you needed that person, Pisces, you realize that no one was there. And I'm getting that this was actually the biggest blessing, because you discovered how powerful you are, and that, in fact, you don't actually need someone else. And this is giving you, Pisces, a new level of freedom, to whereas you may have felt in the moment that you were betrayed by this person not being there or not showing up the way that you did or the way that you would have for them, all right? But you're realizing that truly you just unlocked a new level of power, because that means that you don't need this person for anything, Pisces. Again, not to say that you're going to do it alone, but you're discovering a new sense of freedom. It's almost, Pisces, like waiting for a permission slip, okay? Maybe you hate a specific chore that you have to do, or you hate a specific class that you have to take, or a job or a responsibility, and you've been knowing that this is not your strong suit. This is not what you want to do. This is not really collaborating or bringing any kind of new information into your life. This is something that's just not, it's out of fit, okay? It's out of place in your life. And all of a sudden someone tells you, hey, Pisces, you know you could just quit. Hey, Pisces, you know you could just drop the class. Hey, Pisces, you know you could just hire someone to do that chore and you don't have to do it yourself. So it's almost, Pisces, like you're realizing that this whole time that you were hoping that someone was going to get on board, or someone was going to collaborate, or someone was going to straighten up, okay, in some sense, you're realizing that you didn't really even need the person to begin with. You were already the whole package, Pisces, and you could have done this before. You could have initiated this before, but it's almost like if you were in some kind of a partnership, you were waiting for this other person to do their end of it, or you were waiting for them to sign that contract, or you were waiting for them to, again, do their part, okay? Because again, if you're in a connection and a collaboration, whether it's romantic, business, partnership, family, okay, it's a two-way street, okay? So it's almost like if you were trying to sell a business or a company, or if you were trying to sell a piece of property, you needed this person's signature kind of situation, right? But you're realizing, Pisces, that no, you actually didn't. There's a loophole. There's a way that you could have done this yourself. And you're realizing that this person who you may have thought was an anchor, okay, actually empowered you to your most whole version of self, because you're realizing that you never needed this person to begin with. And now they're realizing with this Nine of Swords that they actually needed you, okay? Yeah, it's almost like you were this person's crutch and they didn't want to lose that crutch, okay? I don't know, Pisces, how it's coming in, but you may have felt like this person was bringing you down, okay? Like they were some kind of anchor, but you're realizing, Pisces, that you didn't have to lift the anchor. You could just cut the rope, okay? Yeah, you could just cut the cord and you didn't have to be attached to the anchor. Give me one more card for the Six of Pentacles, Holy Spirit. What do you want Pisces to know and understand about this person? What do you want Pisces to know and understand about this person? the Magician. Why the Magician, Holy Spirit? Clarify the Magician for Pisces. Why the Magician? Why the Magician, Holy Spirit? Ooh, okay, Pisces. Oh, wow. High Priestess in the reverse. Three of Swords. Knight of Cups. Pisces, someone really underestimated you, okay? That's exactly what I'm getting here. Someone underestimated you, Pisces, and what they thought they were doing, what they thought that they were accomplishing, it's like it backfired. Some kind of boomerang effect came back, Pisces, because what I'm seeing here with the Nine of Swords and the Six of Cups in the reverse, I'm hearing, Pisces, you broke me first, okay? So I don't know for who that is. I know it's a verse in a song. I don't know what song it is, but it's almost, Pisces, like you had to go through some minor discomfort or some minor pain or disappointment, okay? But they're realizing that whatever it is that they tried to do, whatever it is that happened, okay, it's coming back around like a boomerang. Again, you're realizing, Pisces, that you didn't have to be attached to an anchor. You didn't even have to lift the anchor itself. You were making something more difficult or harder than it had to be. And you realize, Pisces, okay, wow, you don't have to lift that heavy anchor. You can just cut the rope. You can just cut the cord. And all of a sudden, you're no longer attached to this person. All of a sudden, Pisces, you're soaring through and you're rising, and people can see this around you. Again, you're in the King of Wands and Strength energy, Pisces. You're very powerful, and people know, Pisces, who has the last say, okay? People know, Pisces, who's really in charge, all right? And again, with the King of Wands and the Strength, you realize that whatever collaboration, whatever partnership you had or relationship, you didn't need that person, okay? And that person was actually bringing you down, all right? They were not carrying their weight, okay? It's just in the reverse. They thought, Pisces, that some way, somehow, okay, whoever this person is with the Magician, they are a very good manifester, okay? They do have that ability. And with the High Priestess in the reverse, Pisces, your card here, they thought that some way, somehow, it was going to get past your intuition. Some way, somehow, Pisces, I don't know if they tried to reframe a situation or position it in a way that you would agree to something. Again, the Magician always has an agenda, okay? If you think about a magician doing tricks, right? They're showing you one hand and they're showing you the trick here, but behind the curtain, they have an entire operation, okay? And they're trying to, again, they're trying to hide one hand or distract you with one hand while they do something else with the other, okay? So this person was counting on you focusing on something else or being distracted with something else while they all along had an agenda. Okay, this person, this Magician had an agenda, Pisces. And again, they're very good manifestors. And they thought, Pisces, that some way, somehow, that this manifestation ability was going to get past your intuition. And then we have the Three of Swords and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. This backfired, Pisces. And I don't mean to laugh, but the way that this energy is coming in, they're in the Nine of Swords, okay? They're in the Six of Cups. They're in the Three of Swords, and they're in the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, whatever kind of strength or power they used to have, Pisces, when they use it against you, it's like they got instant karma. Okay, so in the beginning, okay, I kept hearing you broke me first. You may have thought, Pisces, that this person hurt you first, or this person crossed the line, or this person violated an agreement or a contract, whatever it was. You may have thought, okay, wow, this person did you dirty. Okay, but the reality, Pisces, is you may have gone through some minor pain or maybe even some kind of pain that was some pain, some discomfort, some disappointment, Pisces. But at the end of the day, you were anointed, Pisces, and you were promoted. You actually gained a higher level of power, okay? It's like you almost use this person's games, this person's manipulation. You use this person as a stepping stone into your success, Pisces. And this person, whatever kind of, again, they're good manifestors, they are, but they use this manifestation power against the High Priestess, okay? So again, you are karma, Pisces. The Magician is represented by Gemini energy. Gemini energy is actually very similar to Pisces because they're immutable. They have two sides. A lot of people say that Geminis have, on the negative side or on the shadow side of their qualities, they may have this two-faced side to them, okay? They may have this, which again is very similar to Pisces because Pisces is duality. Pisces is not two-faced. Pisces is literally feminine and masculine, light and dark. But the Gemini energy, Pisces, has that ability to be very adaptable in a sense, or have these very different sides to them. So what I'm getting, Pisces, is whoever this person is, they use that power against the High Priestess. And now what they have is a lot of karma on their hands, Pisces. confusion, again, paranoia for a lot of them, CPTSD, sleepless nights, anxiety. They have a lot of ruminating thoughts, Pisces. Rumination, okay, is what I'm getting here. Yeah, Knight of Cups in the reverse, Pisces. They clearly underestimated the wrong person, because what I'm getting here is, again, this rock that they threw your way, or these rocks that they threw your way, you built a castle with them. Okay, what's coming back around for them, Pisces? It's almost like that rock that you used to build your castle, that rock is destroying their castle. Okay, whatever it is that they have built, it's almost like a boomerang effect that is coming back around. And although, Pisces, this may have been uncomfortable, this was a lesson to you, because you rose to the next level. To this person is a loss, Pisces. Yeah, you broke me first is what I'm hearing, Pisces. This person may have thrown a stone or a rock your way, okay, but the way that it came back to them, Pisces, is not even funny. Right? The ability that you have to be someone else's karma doesn't even come from you, is what I'm getting, Pisces. This is something that is happening on a divine level, okay? Because you're not the type of person to seek revenge. Again, because you know too much. High Priestess in the reverse, you know too much, Pisces. You know that if you seek revenge, there's karma, okay? There's consequences that come with that, even if you're just evening out the scales. So a lot of you, Pisces, you have a certain ability or a certain sensitivity that you may not even know where it comes from. It's not like you learned it from a book. It's not like you learned it from religion, or it's not like you studied this. It's an innate inner knowing, Pisces, that guides you. It's a higher intelligence to where you know, okay, I'm not going to put my hands in the fire. Okay, I'm going to keep my hands clean. Okay, because you know that there's a greater power, Pisces, that backs you up. Okay, and this is why you don't have karma from these situations. This is why you walk out unscratched, is what I'm hearing, Pisces. Again, in the beginning, you may have felt like this was against you, okay? Like this was a problem, this was an obstacle. But Spirit is saying, Pisces, no, this person was literally a stepping stone. You're stepping on top of this person's games, on top of their manipulation, and you're achieving a very high level of power and leadership here. Again, High Priestess in the reverse. They thought that they were going to get past your intuition. Holy Spirit, clarify the High Priestess in the reverse for Pisces. What do you want Pisces to know and understand about this High Priestess in the reverse? Why is the High Priestess in the reverse for Pisces? Okay, that's a lot of cards. I'm not going to take them. I'm going to take 3 cards. Holy Spirit, clarify the High Priestess in the reverse for Pisces. What is this about? What do you want Pisces to know and understand about the High Priestess in the reverse? King of Pentacles. Pisces, yes. Okay, so some of you, Pisces, I'm getting here that you're going to be arriving to your destination, and you're getting a lot of confirmation all along the way. It's like you're reaching all of your checkpoints, is what I'm getting. A lot of you, Pisces, you're crossing things off your to-do list. Okay, you're crossing goals off that you accomplished, and you're very close to your destination. This is the last card in the tarot. Okay, out of 78 cards, this is the final card. So this is you arriving to your destination. But here's the thing: High Priestess in the reverse. Oftentimes, Pisces, you don't know if you're just starting the path, okay, if you're in the beginning, the middle, or the end. A lot of you, Pisces, because you have such a strong intuition, Pisces, I'm getting a very clear message here from Spirit. With the High Priestess, because you are Piscean, you have a very strong intuition about you. So it's almost, Pisces, like, let's say that you're taking a test, okay, and the universe or Spirit or God is testing you to see if you pass the test itself. But because you have such a strong intuition, because you were gifted with an intuition, it's almost like you can peek at the answers before you even take the test. So it's almost like cheating, okay, in a sense. But Spirit knows this about you. So oftentimes, Pisces, you may feel like there's a lot of confusion, and you may not understand why. You may not understand why that confusion is there if you have such a strong intuition, okay? If you have this ability to have foresight and to predict a lot of things that end up happening. It's like you have that, and you know that. But for some of you, Pisces, as you're going through this journey, you may not understand if you're in the beginning, the middle, or the end, okay? There may be a lot of twists and turns, and it's part of your lesson, okay? It's part of your curriculum because, again, you have such a strong intuition that when Spirit gives you the test, you already know the answers. So it's almost like Spirit or the universe or divine or God is trying to position you, Pisces, to where this is actually challenging to you, and you don't just ace the test by knowing the answers, okay? This is what I'm getting here. Because as you can see here, the High Priestess has a full open channel, okay? So you're constantly receiving information whether you want to or not. It's like you don't necessarily know how to shut down this channel, and Spirit knows that. So whereas you may think that you're not sure where you are on the path, or you're struggling to see far ahead, it's it's been designed that way is what I'm getting here. Yeah, it's been designed that way, Pisces, because again, it's like you would already know the answers to the test. So King of Pentacles, Spirit is saying, Pisces, you're getting hot, you're getting warm, you're very close to the target, okay? It's almost like that game where if you move away from the target or you move away from the object, okay, they say cold, cold, okay? You're getting cold, right? But if you move closer to the target or the object, okay, you start getting warm and hot, okay? See how this energy is just heating up? You see all this red coming in? It's like you're getting very hot, Pisces, because you're very close to your goal. You're very close to a target here. Yeah, and whoever this person was, they're a stepping stone to you now, okay? You stepped on top of the BS to get to the next level, all right? But Spirit wants you to know, Pisces, that these are the kinds of people that may be sent your way to create more confusion, to create more illusion, okay? Because again, you would already know the answers to the test. So Spirit has to create these distractions. Give me one more card for the High Priestess in the reverse. What do you want Pisces to know, Holy Spirit? Page of Swords. The Moon, more Pisces energy. Knight of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck again. Okay, Pisces. So what I'm getting here is some of you Pisces, you have very strong abilities, okay? And you have a skill set or certain gifts that you were blessed with to where you're able, I don't want to necessarily say it this way, but you're able to avoid the physical work because you're able to do the spiritual energetic work. Again, just like manifesting, Pisces. Again, you may not be able to explain to other people how you did it or how you attained the thing because it didn't make any practical sense is what I'm getting, okay? So if you think about a person goal setting, okay, let's say that they want to make $1 million and they think, okay, I'm going to have to work for this much every single year. Like this is the yearly amount that I have to make with taxes and bills and everything to get to this goal eventually. And let's say 5 years or 10 years or whatever. And let's say that this person A, has to plan things out. I can only spend this much has to go into an investment account, this much has to go into a savings account. I need to create more cash flow here so that I'm meeting this yearly goal. So that eventually in 5 years or so, I can reach this $1 million goal, okay? That's the practical person. That's the 3D way of doing it. Discipline, rules, like regulations, you can only spend this much, you have to cut down on this, okay? That's the 3D way of doing it. And let's say person B knows about manifestation, knows about energy, and is able to really align their energetic vibration with opportunities, and they're at the right place at the right time. They meet the right person, they get into the right contract, into the right brand or collaboration deal, and they're able to get there much quicker, okay? But there's not a step-by-step process. So that's what I'm getting for you, Pisces. You have this ability, again, not to say that you're avoiding the work or that you're taking a shortcut, but you have this ability to manifest opportunities. You have this ability to create opportunities, and you know this about yourself. You're a master manifester. So there's something here, Pisces, about not avoiding the work that you would have to go through or the skills that you would have to acquire to become the person that can have the thing that you want. Okay, so with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, there's a bit of impatience, okay? There's a bit of impatience coming from your end because energetically, you've done the work. Spiritually, you've done the work. You've moved certain things around. And here's the thing, Pisces. That's the thing about divine timing. Person A has to wait a certain amount of years, okay, or a certain amount of days, or has to meet a certain amount of metrics to get to that goal. And that's why divine timing can feel like it's forever. But if you get into the right alignment, it's not about time. You can have that vibration. You can have that shift in your reality to where you are able to manifest those opportunities out of alignment instead of waiting for time. Okay, so this is why divine timing is here. It's like some of you Pisces, you got impatient because you were noticing that things are very slow in the material realm, okay, when it comes to routines and disciplines and schedules and everything that you have to do on a day-to-day basis, okay? This energy can get very repetitive and boring. So it's like you were trying to learn a way around this, okay? Because if you see the Page of Swords, it's like she's almost levitating with all these ideas. So it's like you're learning a way, Pisces, again, not to not do the work, not to skip something, not to take a shortcut, but to improvise. It's like you're trying to be more effective, or you're trying to find a better way of accomplishing something, Okay, for a lot of you Pisces, I'm getting very strongly here. I don't know for who this message is for. You may not have a lot of earth in your chart. Okay, so that's just for some of you. You may have a lot of water or a lot of air. Okay, but you may not have a lot of earth, and that may be something that is challenging for you. Whether it's grounding, whether it's being practical, whether it's rooting into your 3 bottom chakras, because earth represents the denser chakras. So yeah, some of you Pisces, you may struggle with that earth energy, okay, with that every single, like with that practical, methodical, everyday routines, disciplines, structure, okay, because this earth energy is solid, okay. Your energy, Pisces, is water, it's fluid. So this is the opposite element of yours, okay. Yeah, it's the opposite element that you are, okay. So with the moon, it's like you're trying to use your intuition, you're trying to use your gifts and your strengths to find a better way of doing something that is earthly or mundane. It's almost, Pisces, like, let's say that you are working in law or you work in corporate, and there's all these rules, regulations, all these systems, all these set ways of doing things, okay? And you don't fit into that box, okay? You have other creative ways of doing the same thing, but achieving a better result, okay? Like, you have a better way of going about it. You're more creative, you're more in flow, you're more in tune, you're intuitive, Pisces. You're not necessarily by the book, is what I'm getting here. So I'm getting a very clear message, Pisces, that you may struggle with these aspects, okay, with these earthly aspects. The Spirit wants you to be more patient with yourself when it comes to this, because you do live in an earthly world. And it's like you're trying to merge your strengths and your gifts and what you're good at with the things that you're not necessarily so good at, okay? Which again could be paperwork, could be all these regulations, all these like routines, structure, discipline, whatever this is. The Knight of Pentacles can talk about this repetitive, boring energy, which is the process itself, okay? I'm getting for a lot of you Pisces, you're not necessarily randomly, okay, wandering around in a journey of life. You have a process because you know what it is that you want, okay? You know what your destination is. You know the things that you want to experience. You know the things that you want to have. Whoever I'm speaking to, Pisces, you're not a lost Pisces. You're not wandering around, okay? You already know the things that you want to have. You know what experiences you don't want to have. You know what you do like. You know what you want to move towards, okay? You have a very strong sense of self, okay? And no one can take that from you. So whoever I'm speaking to, Pisces, you're not lost, okay? You're not just wondering, okay? You know exactly what it is that you want, but you're trying to find a better way to get there, because the traditional, conventional way, it doesn't work for you. It doesn't work with your strengths. It doesn't work with your gifts, is what I'm getting here. Yeah, you're very different, okay? It's a higher level of intelligence. You can't judge a fish by the way it climbs a tree, because it wasn't built to climb a tree, is what I'm getting here. So almost, Pisces, like balancing this adaptability, this flexibility, this water flowy energy about you with the earth, the solid things, the structure, the groundedness, okay? And some way, somehow, you're trying to bridge that gap. Holy Spirit, clarify this Page of Swords for Pisces. What do you want Pisces to know about this Page of Swords? Okay, so we have the 7 of Cups, we have the 8 of Swords, and we have the 5 of Swords. Okay, so Pisces, Spirit wants you to kind of ease off. If you're thinking too much, or you're trying to strategize through something, again, if you're trying to bridge that gap, if you're trying to figure out the how, Pisces, Spirit wants you to take a step back, okay? Because overanalyzing or thinking too far ahead, okay, is just going to get you caught up in your thoughts. So Spirit wants you to kind of ease off learning more, or getting more certifications, or qualifying yourself, or taking on too much information because it's getting overwhelming. Spirit wants you to kind of take a step back, okay? Go back to pray and pause, because it's like you're overdoing something, okay? Maybe you're trying to learn everything, or you're trying to think 10 steps ahead all the time. And Spirit's saying, Pisces, you're making it harder, okay? It's like you already have the answer. You already got it, okay? Now it's a time to pause and to pray, because you're about to get a confirmation that's going to lead into major success. And again, you are arriving to your destination, King of Pentacles. But you may be doing too much, okay? Too much thinking, too much strategizing. You may be a perfectionist, is what I just heard. Because look at the 7 of Cups, okay? See how he's deep in thought? Okay, and then look at the 5 of Swords. Deep in thought, okay? And then look at the 8 of Swords. Yeah. Your thoughts, Pisces, are making something harder, okay? Or your ability to think ahead. yeah, it's like you don't necessarily know how to turn off your mind. But the Page of Swords is saying you're taking on too much information. So pause, because the information and the answers that you're gonna need are gonna come through your intuition. It's not gonna come through a book. It's not gonna come through someone else. It's not gonna come through learning something new, getting certified in a different industry, whatever it is. It's not gonna come through that, okay? It's not gonna come through the system itself. It's gonna come through your own internal guidance system. It's gonna come through your intuition. 51:51 on the clock. Something that you're trying to do in a practical, conventional way, or you're trying to strategize something, or trying to analyze something, or solve the problem, the answer is not going to come through thinking, is what I'm getting, okay? Because all these energies, again, this is emotional overwhelmment, okay? This is mental overwhelmment. They're overwhelming you. Whatever it is that you're learning or you're trying to do right now, it's overwhelming you, and it's kind of like you're burning wheel here, Pisces, and there's no need for that. You're going too fast. You're going too fast, and Spirit wants you to slow down, because the answer, you already have it. The moon is going to become clear at night, okay? Some of you Pisces, you may be aligned with the moon cycles. Yeah, the moon is card number 18. 1 + 8 is 9. There's something here that has come to a conclusion, and you're emerging with the answer, okay? But again, the confirmation is going to come through prayer or meditation. So pause, okay? Instead of speeding up right now, there's a need to pause, because you already have the answer. You already have the solution, is what I'm getting here. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. Some of you Pisces, you got impatient with the process because it's not your nature to work in a conventional, restricted way, okay? If you're trying to emulate someone else's process, or you're trying to follow a system or rules, laws, regulations, whatever it is, it was cutting off your energy flow. Okay, again, you do things differently. You find better ways to do things. You're more effective, okay? You're more efficient. Your ways, Pisces, are out of the box. So for some of you, you tried to be in the box and you tried to function in the box. And yeah, 7 of Pentacles, you lost patience because you felt like your energy was being cut off, or it was being molded or shaped or constricted, okay? And this is not the way that you flow, is what I'm getting here. So some of you Pisces, it may be an industry or a job that you're at, or it may be a school or a system that you're going through, okay, or a process that you're realizing, okay, I can do this way better, okay, or you have a better idea, you have a better solution, or you know how you could be more effective in this, okay? Spirit is saying, Pisces, don't ever try to put yourself in that box, and if someone else is trying to do that to you, okay, there's something here about allowing yourself to flow with it. You're gonna find a better way, is what I'm getting here. The moon, illusions, hidden truths, the unknown, trusting your intuition, facing your fears. Yeah, some of you Pisces, there's a fear here that you need to face. And it's not that Pisces, there's a fear here that you're needing to face with the moon card. And as soon as you face it, Pisces, you're gonna realize it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't that hard, it wasn't a big deal. Again, it's like that monster underneath the bed or in the closet. It's something here, Pisces, that your own fear or your own overthinking was making this way bigger than it should have been, okay? But it's saying here's something about facing a fear of yours. On the other side, you're instantly gonna get rewarded, okay? Because you made it so far. Again, the moon card is card number 18. 1 + 8 is 9. This is a conclusion. This is as far as this path goes. There's some kind of illumination coming in, but there's a fear that you're needing to face. And again, it's not that big of a deal is what I'm hearing, okay? Your mind may have made it seem bigger than it was. Yeah, it says here, facing your fears. And yeah, it was an illusion, okay? It was an illusion. You were making something to be bigger than it should have been. Illusions, hidden truths, the unknown, trusting your intuition and facing your fears. It says here, the watery nature of the unconscious mind. Mystery, symbolism, and metaphor, perception, uncertainty, and dreams. Yeah, whatever this fear is, Pisces, is bringing in some kind of uncertainty. But this is why you're about to get reassurance and confirmation. This is why Spirit wants you to connect, okay? Whatever it is that you do to connect to Spirit, Pisces, to receive your answers, to receive clarity, this is what you're being called to do right now. To just take a moment and pause, pray, because the confirmation that you're gonna get is gonna help you face this uncertainty or this specific fear. Yeah, it's a 9. It's a conclusion, Pisces. This is it, is what I'm getting here. Yeah, your perception is gonna shift around this thing. And you're gonna realize, Pisces, that you had it all along, okay? King of Wands and the Strength. You had this under control all along, but you were making something to be bigger than it was, okay? Yeah, it's the 8 of Swords. Look at her reflection, but look at the reality. It says here, when we're faced with uncertainty and illusion, it can feel like we're drowning. Trust that you will be okay. And even if you can't seem to distinguish up from down right now, when you stop struggling to see that which you simply cannot see because it remains obscured behind the shadows of the moonlight, you will experience a deep release that will allow you to flow to the surface of truth. Yeah, of your truth. The moon card suggests that you go within, find comfort in the darkness, and to calmly listen to the whispers of your own intuition. There is divinity and magic here. When you fall into the moon's still waters, your inner wisdom will embrace you and push you towards the light. She will reinvigorate your creativity and resurrect your spark as long as you go beyond your own fears to find her. Dive into her healing embrace, breathe past insecurities, and let her dimly lit magic guide you home. The affirmation is, I am safe and I reach new levels of unconscious knowing as I surrender to the will of the universe. Wow, that is the message that I was getting here. It's like you're trying to analyze or think or strategize your way through something here, and Spirit is saying, Pisces, you're doing too much. You're struggling too much, okay? Again, if you think about swimming, Pisces, when you stop, okay, when you stop swimming, when you stop kicking or trying to paddle, or when you surrender, what happens with your body? Okay, it floats to the top of the ocean, or it floats to the top of the surface. And that's what Spirit wants you to do. Your intuition is going to take you to the top, okay, in an effortless way. Okay, less is more is what I'm getting here. Right here, you're doing the most, okay, whether you're analyzing, whether you're strategizing, whether you're predicting, whether you're planning something, you're doing the most, okay? You're spinning your own wheels here. And Spirit is saying, Pisces, just surrender. Stop paddling, stop swimming, stop kicking, stop doing the most. You're gonna float. You're gonna float all the way up, and things are gonna become crystal clear. Again, Pisces, you were blessed with an intuition for a reason. A lot of you try to do things the worldly way. You try to fit into the structures, to the rules, to the expectations, to the regulations, and you're realizing, Pisces, that your circle doesn't fit that square. Like, you're different. You're different, and you're not gonna be tested, okay, the same way that a monkey is tested. You're a fish, you're not gonna climb the tree, okay? There's something here that you're realizing, Pisces, that your weaknesses or the things that you're trying to improve about yourself, Spirit is saying, Pisces, you were made this way for a reason. God blessed you with certain gifts, certain abilities, certain skill sets, so that you hone in on those blessings, on those gifts, okay? Pisces, the world rewards those that, again, tune into that higher calling, because they're in alignment. They're where they're supposed to be, at the right place, at the right time, and that's why things flow so effortless. So there's something here, Pisces, where you were gifted with this effortless flow, and you know that you do this, you know that you have it, but maybe certain kinds of responsibilities, certain kinds of systems or universities or jobs or whatever it is, they try to place you in a system that just, again, it's a circle, it's a square, it doesn't fit, it's not the same shape, it's not the same. So you were trying to do something in a conventional way. You were trying to do something, Pisces, that went against your own strengths. And now you're realizing that you're reconnecting with this source of power within you. And you're realizing, Pisces, that you never needed this collaboration. You never needed this person to begin with, okay? Some of you, Pisces, you were waiting for someone, again, whether it's a business partner, someone else had to do their part of it, okay? And you're realizing you didn't have to wait this whole time. You could have done it yourself, and this is where this source of power is coming from. The strength to the King of Wands. You're not becoming this, you're remembering where your power comes from, and you're remembering this fierce, powerful, intense side of you. And with the King of Pentacles, you're getting very warm, you're getting very hot. You're almost to your destination, you're almost to your target, but you've been fighting too hard. You've been doing too much, okay? Too much thinking, too much emotion, okay, with the Seven of Cups, and too much overthinking. Yeah, and making something bigger, okay, than it actually is. King of Wands to the King of Pentacles. A lot of you, Pisces, you have a very strong masculine energy about you, okay? It's not to say that you're masculine or feminine, but you have that strong, grounded masculine. And what I'm getting with the High Priestess and the Strength is, even in your feminine energy, you tend to want to do things your way. You tend to want to lead, okay? I'm hearing Alpha, okay? It's not to say that you want other people to do things how you want to do them, okay? You just have a very strong sense of leadership within you, that you know that you have to do it a certain way, okay? You've always had this inner guidance within you, and you trust that inner guidance because you know that it comes from a higher place. It's not coming from your ego. is not necessarily just coming from your mind. You're following something stronger, something higher, okay? And it is your connection to the divine. This is why you're so set, okay? This is why I'm hearing conviction, okay? A lot of you have a confidence or a conviction that doesn't come from your ego. It doesn't come from your mind. It comes from the above with the moon. Yeah. A lot of you Pisces, you've been blessed and you function differently, okay? You learn in a different way, and you're needing to learn how to embrace that rather than force yourself to change or to fit something that, again, it doesn't fit, okay? Yeah, instead of trying to get better at your weaknesses, there's something here about doubling down on your strengths, okay? And you're about to receive some confirmation here. I'm gonna go ahead and clarify what this is, Pisces, in the extended. I wanna know what messages are coming in. What does Spirit want you to know? What is Spirit trying to communicate with you, okay? Because I'm getting, Pisces, there's a moment of pause before you break through to the success. And in that pause, through your prayer, you're either about to receive a message, some kind of confirmation or guidance from Spirit, but it's some kind of a green light for you. Yeah, so Pisces, I'm gonna go ahead and move this over to the extended. I also want to ask Pisces, what is this person's intentions with you? What are their intentions with you? What are their thoughts, okay? And what is the outcome, okay? Because again, even if someone has good intentions, you never know what it's actually gonna turn into. You never know, especially when you already have received intuition or guidance about this person or about the situation, Pisces. I'm gonna go ahead and see what their intentions are. I wanna know what Spirit wants to communicate with you. We're also gonna look into hidden challenges, all right? Spirit's advice, any final messages that wanna come in, Pisces. The link to the extended reading is down below for the ones of you that do resonate. Blessings, Pisces, take care.